Okay, hi everybody, it's me, Bonkai922. Wednesday night. I know some people, well, I found this on Facebook, but it wasn't really a person bashing Fate. He was upset about a certain thing. And then I saw what it was upset. The translation in this episode, one party specifically, didn't really look good. I don't know what was up with it. It was very weird the way Shiro was talking and everything in the episode, but that's something else. Wednesday night on Blade Works, episode 20. Let's first talk about this exchange with Rin and Kirotsuga. Is it Kirotsuga? I mean, with Kodamine. Essentially, what happens is, okay, we know that Lancer stabbed himself. Jules is dead. Oh, he's not dead. Apparently, what Kodamine was going to do was he was going to, use Rin's heart, and it didn't work. Freaking Lancer got up, stabs Kodamine. He's pretty much dead. And then Shinji. You know what? I have to say, this episode made Shinji what he really is. The biggest pussy in Face Night. Pussy, bitch ass, little shit. That's what he was. Because Lancer gets up again after getting, because he fell down, supposedly. And Shinji's like, oh, he gets pushed by Lancer and shit. And fucking gets pushed by Lancer. And Lancer goes to him. He was about to stab him really hard. He just nicks him. He's like, ah! He just runs around like a little bitch. Oh, by the way, the animation in this episode, oh my god. The animation in this episode was godlike. Literally godlike. It was incredible. So, he runs away like a little bitch. And essentially what happens is, he does this little thing, exactly, burns the place down. And Rin says goodbye to him. And Rin's talking to Lancer and talks about her partner with Archer and saying that he was more like unmanageable, give or take a few. And she goes on her way. And that's pretty much what happens in that regard. Now, let's talk about this fight between Archer and Shirou. This really was a battle with yourself. That is the way you look at it. 100%. And what I liked about this episode, now, regardless of what people have to say about Face Night on listen, if you don't like it at all, fine. It's a little saying that some people should know. If you have nothing nice to say, don't say anything at all. You don't like Face Night on Words? Fine. Go watch something else. But don't come out and complain about it like a little bitch. That's what I look at. Anyway, moving on. What I really liked about this episode, this gets a 5 out of 5, it was basically a battle of wills. And I like the fact that this is going longer than it really is. And longer it has been with this fight. Because in the movie, it was a piece of crap. It didn't go that long. No. But here, it does go that long. It goes longer. And I like that. And I like the fact that Archer is actually giving Shiro a lot of hard times here. He actually wounds Shiro pretty badly. And so bad by telling him, he shouldn't have been born, all this sort of shit. I'm like, yo. And, so we see Saber in this episode very frustrated as well. Because, at some point, I thought to myself, it seemed like he was also referencing Saber in this conversation. Because he was talking about, how Shiro's dream, being a hero and everything, trying to correct things. It almost looked like it was being cited to Saber as well. And he gets stabbed pretty badly, Shiro. He gets sent flying, and Saber says, Shiro, and he falls down. And he's like, drown in your despair or something, as Archer says. And he actually breaks Shiro's spirit. Literally, he breaks his spirit. And then we have this instance where Shiro sees more of his past, what he went through, and then he encounters when he first met Kurotsugu, and he was sent into that hell. And I thought this episode, when it concerns this battle between Shiro and Archer, done very, very well. It's fantastic. And basically, even though, we basically get the connection that Shiro's reasoning also is because of Kurotsugu, and to undo what was done there, to make sure it doesn't happen again. That scene with everyone dying and everything. And, he gets that resolve also, Shiro, from that situation, and he snaps out of it. And we also find out, of course, if anyone who's seen Fate Stay Night knows that Shiro gets Saber's, for anyone who doesn't know anything about Fate Stay Night, Saber's scabbard, which I believe is called Avalon. I'm not 100% sure about that. I believe it's called Avalon. Whoever gets it, the scabbard, has the ability to regenerate their wounds. And that's essentially what happens. He regenerates his wounds, he comes back, Shiro, and begins to then fight Archer continually. And it ends kind of on that note. So what I really liked about this episode, this was like a battle of wills. It was back and forth. It wasn't like Shiro hitting Archer. No. Archer really gave it to Shiro, gave him a big ass whooping. Then he went into this, he had this moment where he saw what he went through in the past and everything else. And he came out of it and ready to fight him again. And then next week's episode is going to be called The Answer. So this is going to be the conclusion of the fight. So I like that this was a lot more in depth than the movie. Totally more. The animation was fantastic in this episode. Animation wise, I give this 10 out of 10, really. I'm sorry. I have to. Overall, I still give it a 5 out of 5 because I thought they did such a great job exploring Archer and Shiro, and you really think about it, it really blows your mind. I mean, really think about this. Shiro is fighting himself. He is fighting his future self, who is basically telling him, you should stop. He's basically telling him, your existence is a mistake. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine someone telling you that you want to be this kind of person, and they tell you, no, you're not supposed to do that. You are a mistake, and you should be erased from existence. That blows my mind. That blows my mind a little bit. And I thought this was done very well. Like I said before, we'll see how it goes down next week. But this is going to be basically Shiro and Archer fighting. Majority of the episode. I love the exposition that they've been giving in this series. Especially this. This was so important. So important to do. So now there is one thing that's going to happen, but I'm not gonna say. Either I'm spoiling the fuck out of it. I don't want to spoil it. But great episode of Fate. Listen, haters gonna hate. Got nothing good to say? Don't say anything at all. I'm just referencing some people who don't like Fate Stay Night and think it's a piece of shit. Fine. But then again, all right, you think it's bad. Fine. Then why are you talking about it? Move on. Go on to boosh. I'm not poking shots. I'm just saying. Okay. So yeah, that's pretty much the story. Bankai Nights 2. See you guys later. Yeah. That was some episode. I'm glad Rin got out of it. Yeah, Rin, she's my girl. She's my bae, my waifu. I'll see you guys later.